Lads. Hello there, and welcome to another Sheffield United match reaction. We've just watched Sheffield United lose 2-0 to Crystal Palace at Bramall Lane. A shocker of a game. Let me just quickly bring up the score on screen so you can see it eventually when I find it. There we go. I'll also bring up the team on screen as well. Oh, God. I just want to get this over and done with. Not just this video, but this season, because we showed a little bit of fight towards the end, but that was it. There was not a lot there, was there? Let's be honest, guys. Let's be honest. Okay, so I might as well just talk about the Crystal Palace goals because I'll get on. No. I'll get on. I'll talk about Sheffield United's attacks because, as you can see, what the video is called, 0 shots on target says it all. Well, it does, doesn't it? Not one attempt on target. Nothing for Guy to save. I could have played it net for Crystal Palace today and I'd have kept a clean sheet. It's just embarrassing. I'm just sick of it. We've said in the watch along, there's just nothing to get excited about. None of the players on the pitch you expect to do something magical. We just don't own them players. And even Fulham, even West Brom, even Burnley, they all have these players that can do things. Good goal scorers, someone who can pick the ball up and run at a team. We don't have anyone like that. Do you know what? Jebison gave me a little bit of something to shout about. Obviously, you love not a homegrown lad because he's from Canada, but you love someone coming through the ranks and doing well. We've had a lot of them in the past. When you talk about Jags, you talk about Tong, you talk about Monte, talk about David Brooks, you talk about all these players. It's great to see someone come through the ranks and get into the team and show what they can do. And Jebison, for me, I really enjoyed him playing football today. Yeah, fair enough. He got knocked off the ball a couple of times by big, strong, experienced players, but he does look like he just needs a few games to get into it. I would have him on the bench to come on every game. Looking at that, and I think Brewster will have had his nose put out today because we brought on Jebison instead of Brewster. But at the end of the day, Jebison showed more today than Ollie Burke when he came on. Ollie Burke was on for probably 60, 70 minutes more than what Jebison was on for. No, was on for about that length of time. Jebison at least half of that time and showed what he could do. And Ollie Burke didn't. But I think that the main crux of that is the fact that Ollie Burke should be playing up front every game against teams like, well, the top 6 really, who are going to have a lot of the ball and we can hit them on the break. He shouldn't be playing against these sorts of teams that are trying to hit us on the break because we're supposed to have more possession. And really, if this was a better team that we'd have played today, we'd have had 20, 30% possession. But because Palace are a side that like to play on the break, it was quite even Stevens, but we didn't do anything with the ball. It was just horrific. Anyway, Basham had a volley that landed to him from a corner that he put into the side netting. What else did we have? Can't really remember much else, to be perfectly honest. Didsey was out of sorts completely today. Nothing kind of worked for him. You're going to have to let me know in the comments what else happened in regards to Sheffield United attacks. I remember us going forward a couple of times. Not a lot came from many attacks at all. Still trying to think. Still struggling. We got down that right loads of times today. Baldock, his crossing was really poor. I love Baldock. Gives 100% every week. But he got into good positions quite a few times. And when he's just trying to find a man, he's just totally off the mark. At one point, he got the ball into a really good position and he passed it across the box. He looked up and he passed it looking for Basham and he passed it to Eze, nowhere near Basham. And it's like, if you can't pass a ball kind of 10 yards to a teammate, You shouldn't be a professional footballer. Simple as. And that was really, really poor from Bulldog. So Crystal Palace's goal, I missed the first one. Well, I missed the build up to it because I was tweeting to some of the lads from the Fans React, telling them what I wanted them to do for this week. Who would have thought we'd have conceded in under 2 minutes? No team should do that. You should be focused from the minute go to the last minute, but especially early on, because that's when people do kind of lose the focus and not quite get the head in the game. And that's what happened. Eze literally ran through half of our team, ran through John Egan like he wasn't there. John Egan didn't seem bothered that he just took the ball round him really easily, laid it off to Benteke, as Benteke does, hits a terrible shot that was going straight into Ramsdale's gloves. And because Bulldog was trying to get back and tried to get a foot on it, it took it away from Ramsdale and ended up in the back of the net. So, yeah, that's 1-0 down. And you think, we're not going to score a goal here. We've got no players that can create really good chances, maybe other than Sander Berge. And he did okay, but and to be honest, he's probably done more in this game than Lundstrom's done for a long time. But yeah, it just didn't fill me with confidence looking at the team thinking, where are we going to get some goals from here? So yeah, they scored a goal and we thought we're probably not going to get back into this, and we didn't score a goal. So obviously we didn't. Anyway, so yeah, Palace had so many opportunities. Let me just bring the stats up because I was just looking as I came on here. Ball possession, 49-51. That is crazy when you look at the rest of the stats. 21 attempts from Palace, 8 on target. 7 from us, 0 on target. Shots off goal, 7 and 6. Palace have had more shots off target than we had off target. And we didn't have any on target. And do you know what? That's pretty good from a Palace point of view. 8 shots on target, 7 off. Obviously, we're not talking about Palace here, but that's a pretty good stat because more often than not, teams have more shots off target, more blocked shots, more free kicks, way more corners. They had everything, Palace, everything today, and they compounded our frustration by scoring right towards the end as well. Eze cutting through the whole team yet again, took it from his own half like he did in the first game against Palace at Sellers Park. Ran from his own half all the way through. Norwood tried taking him down, missed him, kept going. Took a massive deflection, fair enough. It hit John Fleck. John Fleck actually played really well defensively today. Not so much going forward, and he did get caught on the ball once, and Palace did nearly score. Palace had loads of... they had a header from Benteke in the first half that Rames pulled off a great save. They had one that hit the post. They had loads more that Rames had to save. They just ran through us all game. And I thought we could have got something from this game today. But yeah, we've not been particularly playing well. And really, if the board are looking at Hecky to be the next manager, you've got to look somewhere else. I don't care who it is, but Heckingbottom has not done anything to deserve becoming the next Sheffield United manager. He's not changed anything. He doesn't even seem like he gives them a rocket. Like at half time, you'd expect to see him come out fighting. They didn't really today. They sometimes do, not today. I think it's more about the players than the manager, though, because we've got a lot of players that would die for the cause. And I don't know. Just Heckingbottom just don't fill me with confidence. Anyway, let's move on from that. Let's go through the team because I don't really want to. So I'll quickly talk about the second goal. It took a massive deflection off Fleck. It probably was going wide that way, and it took a massive deflection and went in the other side. Both goals could have been avoided earlier on, and both goals could have been avoided if we didn't get a block on it. But yeah, it's one of them things. It happens in life, doesn't it? When you're throwing your body at the ball, more often than not, it hits you and it goes wide or it goes over. But yeah, with us this season, it's happened too many times where it's just deflected and just gone in the back of the net. Norwood's had a couple of own goals this season. We've had other own goals. We've had deflections that's gone in, but it's all our own fault. We're giving away possession too easily. We're not defending well enough. That's why we're conceding goals. And we didn't have as many of these last season because we weren't giving the other team as much chances as what we're giving them. Anyway, yeah, Eze just ran the show, and I would love to have a player like Eze. Anyway, let's move on. Let's talk about the team. Rammers in the goal did really well, saved what he had to save. The save from Benteke from the header was excellent. We'll move on from Rammers because there's nothing he could have done about either goal. Both massive deflections, one over him and in, and one the complete opposite direction. Egan, I'll just always remember Eze walking past him after a minute and a half and them scoring. That was shocking from Egan. And I don't say that a lot. Love Egan to bits, but yeah, he's not been the Egan of last season and the season before this season. And I think that's probably because he's not had the players around him to kind of defend as a unit. I think sometimes Egan's, by far the better defender that we've got in the defence. Last season, Jack O'Connell and Chris Basham offered that solidity. This season, it's been all over the place, and it doesn't help. It really doesn't. Basham, he did okay. He was all over the place, getting stuck in. Never really got anything bad to say about Bash. Bash always gives 100%. And he was getting forward and he was trying to make things happen. But we just weren't good enough today. I thought Kean Bryan had a great game, if I'm being completely honest. He got some key tackles in there. He got some key clearances away. I think at one point, just as he got brought off, he came across from miles away and got rid of a ball that was just landing, possibly to a Palace player. And then he got brought off. He didn't seem too happy. He kicked the ball off its little cone. So obviously he's not too happy about that. Bulldog, he did well in every he did everything right except for the final ball. When he got into his final position to put that ball into the box, the passing wasn't good enough, the crossing wasn't good enough, but everything else I think he did really well today, like he always does. So that's something that he's got to work on over the summer, definitely. Ender Stevens, I thought he was good in patches again, but yeah, if you're comparing him with Bulldog, he's shocking, but he's getting better. He's definitely getting better. Before, he was having a 90-minute poor game. Now, he's at least getting forward more, passing the ball better, and defending better as well. Because there was one there where it looked like it was a Palace goal, and he got his leg to it and stopped the shot. So he's doing better, but he's still poor. Norwood, he was pinging the ball about today a little bit, trying to move the ball quicker. I think that's the only times that we really created much. And that was in the second half when Norwood was just pinging from side to side, trying to get us going. I thought he defended quite well as well, but yeah, still not the Norwood of old. Fleck, like I said earlier, defended quite well. He wasn't very good going forward, though. He did one little flick to Didsey, that when Didsey came into the box, and then he little flicked to him. It didn't come of anything. But Johnny Fleck, I hope he's going to be better next season, because he had a really, really bad time this season, and then he got better, but now it seems like he's dropping back into that kind of not making any difference to us. And I think that's probably because the players around him as well, same as Egan. Then we're looking at Sander Berger, and I'm not going to say anything bad about Sander Berger. I think Sander Berger's just come back from injury, so you can't really give him grief, can you? I don't think he was part of the game for most of the game. He wasn't a difference at all, like I was saying about Fleck. But at certain points, he did quite well, got into some good positions. Final ball just not good enough, like most of the team. Didsey had a massive off game. Everything bounced off him. Nothing came off for him. Didn't get into a position to get anywhere near scoring a goal. Bad game for Didsey. I think he's had a few poor games recently. But again, it's probably players around him. Didsey needs those players around him to feed off. And yeah, when he's having to do it all himself, he does have the tendency to hold on to the ball a bit too much and end up losing it. And Ollie Berg might as well have not played. I saw the ball pop off his chest a couple of times and off his foot. Poor touches. He might as well not have played. Like I said, I think he should be saved for the teams that are going to have most of the ball. Now, I'm not saying that Palace didn't have most of the ball, but it was definitely one of those games where they were playing on the break rather than us playing on the break. And that's what Ollie Burke's best at, playing on the break. So that was about it. Ozzy came on, and Ozzy should have really started. Let's be honest. Ozzy has been one of the better players recently. Fair enough, he's not the best on the ball. He loses the ball quite a bit. His final ball isn't quite good enough, but he gives 100%. And at the moment, that's all I want to see. We've not got the best team in the league. We've probably got the worst team in the league. So we want to see players getting about the pitch, being everywhere, getting stuck in. That's what we want to see, especially as a northern club who like a tackle. We like players to be men. We like them to get stuck in. And yeah, I'd rather see Ozzy play over anyone, really, even over Fleck right now. Who else came on? Lunny came on. Jesus, why? There's no need for that. No need at all. Don't remember him doing much. But I want to talk a bit about Jefferson because I really like Jefferson. Just look at him. He put in so much effort today. He wanted to get about the pitch. He wanted to chase balls down. He wanted to chase men down and try and nick it off him, like the Ollie Burke of old. Ollie Burke didn't do any of that today. And he came short. He passed the ball around. He got us moving. And I just thought we looked a lot better, a lot more creative when he came on the pitch. So that's about it, really. I don't want to be talking about it for too much longer. It was shocking today, just like Spurs. I'm pretty sure we had 0 shots on target against Spurs as well. Can't remember one anyway. So 2 games with 0 shots on target. I'm going to have to check it because if it is, that is horrific. Horrific. Shots on target, shots on goal, 1. 1 against Spurs. It was probably a trickler, and I think I remember it being like a McGoldrick trickler. But 1 shot on target in 2 games is embarrassing. Anyway, let's leave it there, guys. I've had enough of talking about this game. Let's move on. I don't even want to watch City, Chelsea. Not interested. One little bit whatsoever. Because football's crap. When your team's not playing very well, football is not enjoyable. It just makes you think, why aren't my team playing like them? Why can't my team play like Chelsea? And let's be honest, last season we did do that. So it's not pie in the sky thinking. We literally could be playing like that. Anyway, let's move on to the comments a little bit. I'll go right up to the top. Let's see what we've got people saying. Leeds 2021. Thank you very much, mate. Really appreciate you always being in here. You're an absolute legend. Methven Games, agreed. Big up Jebbo. We love Jebbo on this channel. Absolutely love it. Jebbo looks like Brian Dean type player. Yeah, still a kid, but got something for sure. Do you know what? He's the first Sheffield United young striker that I've seen that's excited me as much as since Jordan Slew. And yeah, Jordan Slew, it didn't work out for him. But hopefully we can keep hold of Jebbo for a lot longer and he shows us a little bit more. Egan, that's a great shout. Egan did miss that chance. He was leaning back massively on his left, sliced it over the bar. It was a poor effort, but at the end of the day, he's a centre-back, and really, he scored that great goal against Burnley last season, but you shouldn't expect your centre-back to have to pop up with a goal. We don't have memorable chances. It's difficult to remember. Yeah. We don't. We don't create any good chances at all, ever. Hecky was happy holding on to a 1-0 defeat at home. It was embarrassing to finish the game with 8 defensive players on the pitch. That's a great shout. That is a great shout. When me and Hal were doing the watch along, we were trying to make it entertaining. And sometimes it's hard whilst you're constantly talking to find things like that. Those are the sorts of things that I would pick up on before doing these watch alongs. So it's a lot more difficult. What do you expect from Rian next season? I expect him to start most of the games, and if he gets a goal in his first game or his second game, that could really turn his career around. But if he's not, careful, he might end up falling down the leagues. If he doesn't, he needs to perform next season. If he doesn't perform next season, he's going to struggle. Did it in the last game against us, just ran at us and we didn't do anything. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're talking about Eze there. It's obviously that Hecky is not the man for the job, and neither is Tyndall. Absolutely. I'm getting the impression you weren't that impressed. That is a great point. That is a good point, because totally not. Jebbo is the future, Hal. Absolutely, mate. Jebbo is the future. Let's move on. Bye, Sheffield United. Oh, God, get away. Shut up, man. For one, love Hal's middle class snobbery. It's comedic. Yeah, Hal, that's what Hal does. That's what he does. He loves it. Phil Whelan always talks sense. He screwed up, didn't get cover in for O'Connell, insisting on Bruce, made some mistakes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We didn't get, if anyone, we didn't need a striker, did we? We did and we didn't. We needed either somebody who's going to create something from nothing or someone to replace O'Connell, because I know it was going to be difficult to replace O'Connell. It's never going to be easy because he does that role, and it must take him a long time to get into that mindset, because you don't see centre-backs going forward ever, really. So it would have been difficult to replace O'Connell, but we needed to try. Nothing has changed because Wilder's still on the payroll. Maybe he's on the shortlist. He's on the Sky Bet list. No idea why. Why would Chris Wilder be on the shortlist for the job? Why would you? I don't get that. I don't get why he would be, honestly, because you've paid him off. Why would you then give him the job again? Makes no sense to me. Take it easy, Nick. I know you need a rest after that. Tell me about it, mate. Tell me about it. We need a player like Eze, Layla. Absolutely. Yes, we do. And I would have loved to have seen Eze at Bramall Lane this season. We're crying out for creativity in the middle. Tell me about it, mate. Since Duffy's left and us not using Freeman in the right way, we've not had anything through the middle. It's always been wings. And when Jack O'Connell got injured, we just used the right wing, and it was so easy to play against. I'm still not convinced that we've been found out. It's just that we went from attacking down both wings to attacking down one wing, and then after that, attacking down no wings. So we were trying to get it down the wings a little bit, but it's not good enough. It's not as good as the football that we used to play under Chris Wilder. We're trying, but it's not good enough. Fulham and West Brom have to be the favourites for automatic. I don't think so. Because Fulham and West Brom have both got loan players. I think they're going to lose. They're going to lose more players than we're going to lose, because they've got better players than us. I think as well, we've had a long time to get ready for the Championship. Yeah, they're going to think they're going down, but at the same time, they've still got that little thing that's saying we could stay up. You never know. Need a complete clear. I don't. Nah, I'm not buying into that, Anthony. I'm sorry. I don't think we need a clear. We need to clear the full team out or anything like that. I think it just needs tweaks, because Fleck will be good next season in a league lower. I think Enna Stevens, Norrington Davis, Ben Osborne, all those three could quite clearly do a very good job at left wing back. Jack O'Connell's coming back. I can't see anyone coming in for Jack O'Connell because of the big injury that he's had. Hopefully he comes back just as good. If not, we'll probably end up changing the system anyway. Maybe not the formation, but definitely the system. I can't see us using overlapping centre-backs without Chris Wilder. There's a lot of players on our books that are definitely good enough for the Championship. I think we'll be better equipped in the Championship than maybe West Brom and Fulham, to be honest, because Fulham are going to lose. I've forgotten his name. What is his name? The lad that scores all the goals for him, the winger. I forgot his name. Anyway, I'm tired. That's why I'm forgetting things. Chris, the saddest thing is that we lose our identity. The lack of fight, effort, and pride is built into our DNA at the lane, and we're not seeing that. Absolutely, mate. But I do think that fans being back next season could remedy that, or at least make it a lot better. 100%. Reckon we could bounce back? Absolutely. I reckon we could. Lookman, yes. Thank you, Leeds 2021. Lookman. Lookman's been excellent this season, and he did us twice. He's done us twice this season, Lookman. Brilliant player. He won't be playing for Fulham next season. I can doubt that. I can say for 100%. Got some ideas for the channel if you'd be interested? Oh, absolutely. I'll think them out a little more and then pop you a message. Absolutely. Let us know. Either messages on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter's probably best to get me or Hal or the channel. Yeah, we're always listening to people. We love hearing ideas. Anyway, let's have Jacob as the last one of the night. I'm pretty positive about the championship. Can't wait to see us scoring again and picking up form. Something to cheer about. Yes, absolutely. Going to matches. That's one. Winning games, scoring goals, because whether you think we're going to do well or not, we will win more games next season and score more goals than we have done this season. Really, statistically, it's more likely because there's more games. We're playing worse teams. We're probably not going to lose too many players to better clubs anyway. So that's what I'm saying. Lookman's on loan. That's why he's not going to be playing for Fulham. He's going to go back to, is it Leipzig that he plays for? Maybe. Yeah, that's what I was saying about Lookman. Anyway, there we go. Thank you very much. And I'll leave it on Leeds 2021. Absolute top, man. I know you come for Hal, but I really, really appreciate you in all these streams, mate. Cheers for a shout out and you watch along. No worries at all. No worries at all. Okay, we'll go for another one, Brian. I think a new style player is needed. Just need to be more clinical up front. Hopefully we can see that with the new gaffer. I think it's going to be completely different next season. It's not going to be Heckingbottom, and if it is Heckingbottom, it needs to change something massively. It won't be Heckingbottom for me. It'll be somebody else, maybe someone foreign. I'd like to see some different ideas. We need to de-Wilderize the club, as a lot of people have said. That's absolutely bang on what we need to do, because he's playing at the moment. Heckingbottom is playing the Chris Wilder way, but not playing the Chris Wilder way, if you know what I mean. It's really poor, and we don't want to see it. We want to see a few more creative players. We want to see us playing better football, creating more chances, scoring more goals, and I honestly think that will happen next season. So I think we'll leave it there. Thank you very much for being here, everyone. I really, really do appreciate it. If you haven't already, leave a like on the stream. I'd be absolutely buzzing about that. If you haven't subscribed already, please make sure you do so. I'll see you next time.